Some district residents without homes find shelter in Prince George's County. Good evening. This is CTV News. I'm Denise Douglas.
And I'm Rochelle Metzger. We'll have that story in a moment. But first, a major decision today from the State Board of Education. Board members voted to eliminate zero-tolerance policies in schools and move to a more subjective approach to student discipline.
Moved and seconded. All of those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
And with that, the Maryland State Board of Education votes to end zero tolerance when it comes to student discipline, instead adopting a more flexible approach.
What we're asking them to do is to deal with children on an individual basis, and where there are subjective areas, they're kind of gray areas, no hard and fast rules.
The new rules are designed to keep kids who commit nonviolent offenses in school and suspended students on track with classroom work. But critics argue the changes take control away from local administrators who know the students best.
They do have the ability to draft their own policies, but they have to draft their policies within the context of the state regulations.
The policy changes also limit the use of long-term suspensions and expulsions, which studies show impact minority students at higher rates than white students.
Suspension, we know, separates children from school and increases greatly their chance of dropout and school failure and juvenile justice involvement as well.
Dr. Jane Sendius is with Open Society Institute, a foundation for social justice. She says administrators need to find punishments that better fit the crimes.
If a child breaks something, he needs to apologize, he needs to find a way to fix it, and he needs to stay in school and keep learning. If he swears at the teacher, there's lots of other things you can do. Give them a research study about free speech.
The new regulations will go into effect next academic year to give school districts and administrators time to develop plans for implementing those changes. Meanwhile, the state's report card on high school graduation rates is out, and the numbers show improvement. The four-year graduation rate for students who entered high school in 2009 reached nearly 85%. That number was up 1.4% over the previous class, and state officials say dropout rates are down nearly a full percentage point. The study indicates across-the-board improvement for all ethnic groups in the class of 2013.
Prince George's police are investigating a fatal pedestrian accident in Forestville. The man who died has been identified as 31-year-old Ahmad Sarad. He lived in Cheverly. Police say it was about 9:45 last night when he was hit by a car on Pennsylvania Avenue near Parkland Drive. They say Sarad was not in the crosswalk and the driver stayed on the scene. No charges have been filed. Meanwhile, police try to piece together the puzzle in the deadly Columbia Mall shooting. They have confirmed that the gunman made two trips to a Rockville gun shop where he had purchased his weapons. Investigators say the 19-year-old Darian Aguilar went to the United Gun Shop twice in December, during which time he bought a 12-gauge shotgun and ammunition. Workers at the shop say another man was with Aguilar at the time. Police are still searching for that individual. Meantime, as the investigation continues, authorities say they are now looking into Aguilar's financial records. Police say the teenager shot and killed two people at the mall Saturday before turning the gun on himself.
One way the district is handling its homeless problem is to house people in motels. Some of them are being put up right here in Prince George's County. Now, D.C. Councilman Tommy Wells visited the Howard Johnson Motel in Cheverly today. That's where we're told 60 homeless families from D.C. are being housed. Wells, who is running for mayor, criticized Mayor Vincent Gray for not adequately addressing the homeless problem in the district. He says 1,400 district residents are in hotels in the region, and the money spent on rooms could be used to find permanent housing.
And I tell you, this is a crisis that the city was not prepared for, should have been prepared for. And the fact, again, that we've got 430 families in hotels. DC General is full with almost 300 families. And we're talking about, I guess, thousands of children that, or at least over 1,000 children that are impacted by this.
It's an interesting balance for us to operate the hotel, to maintain that balance of we are a hotel and we need to look out for the traditional guests, but we also have a larger group than normal this winter that needs care too.
Wells is calling on Gray to address what he calls the city's affordable housing crisis.